Okay, now I'm going to show this junk journal, which is just slightly smaller than the first one I showed, but it's still big. It's 11 1/4 by 8 1/2. So the width is about the same, and it's just slightly shorter. This was made again with a hardcover book, but this one is covered in scrapbook paper and then decorated with Christmas doily and some bits and pieces from Tim Holtz paper and some other papers. These words say magic, memories, traditions, celebrate, and family. I cut the word December out with my Cricut and added the word joy from Tim Holtz paper, so this book is called December Joy. On the spine, which is 1-inch O-rings, I bound it with my Zutter Bind It All, is this beautiful burgundy tassel. And the back looks like that. Some scrapbook papers pieced together so that it would cover the book. There's an envelope here that you can place something in. Again, it has this little thing that I put in my books when I used to put them in a shop, and it's called How to Use, it says How to Use This Book. Has many ideas. Of course, this book is intended to be used for Christmas memories, but I left that in there, and you can take it out when you are done with it. So here's a pocket. This is K & Company paper, and there's a pocket there with a couple of large tags. This one says Holiday Shopping, and this one is Holiday To-Dos. Everybody needs lists at Christmas time. Here's music ledger paper with some snowmen on it, stamped on it, and it says Fa La La at the top. Graph paper that I used my Stampin' Up! Roller stamp on. I need to get that out and use it. I always forget about it. This is a Netflix envelope that had the Christmas pattern on it and a journaling card. This one has a little paper clip, little shaped paper clip on it. I believe I got that from Stampin' Up! There's lots of room to put down pictures, programs from the music programs that you go to, like your kids' school programs or church musicals or whatever. Tickets, party invitations, all kinds of stuff that you can stick in here. This is from a book. It's a dog with his Christmas present from Santa, and there's a little boy imagining his Christmas. This is a pocket, and it has some journaling prompts inside. This came from a little book. It says, does someone in your family have a favorite baking tradition? Tell his or her story or share a recipe here. And you can put a photo here. Does your family open gifts on Christmas Eve, or do you wait till Christmas morning? How did your tradition get started? And again, there's room for photo on the back. This one just is a children's handwriting practice card, and there's journaling on the back of that. This is a Christmas card. This was a promotional thing. I think they were trying to sell me something. They sent me a pack of cards and envelopes, and inside it has a recipe for Chowning's Tavern Brunswick stew, and it came from Colonial Williamsburg. So I thought that was fun. You can cover up any of this with photos, and there's journaling room on the back. This is just a lined paper, and I covered the edge with this pretty Christmassy music paper. I just thought this was a pretty angel figurine statue that was in, I think it was in a magazine about Christmas. And again, this paper is edged with a nice piece of sturdy scrapbook paper. And there's room for journaling there. Here's a sleepy, tired Santa Claus. This is a Norman Rockwell painting. And inside of this, you untie the seam binding, and it's just a little folio that has lined paper that you can journal about your holiday season or make lists. This is a backer that you find in the greeting card section at the store. I used to work for American Greetings. Well, I worked for CVS, but I did the American Greetings cards at CVS, and now I work for Hallmark. So I believe this one came from CVS, because I made this book when I still worked for CVS. Anyway, it's a Christmas card backer. It says for kids, and this is a very vintage image that came out of an old falling apart scrapbook that I bought. It's a little girl with her little Christmas doll, and there's some washi tape decorating this page, and there's room for a photo and journaling about it right there. This one has a paper clip on it. Lots of journaling space or photo space. Here's another journaling prompt. Write down your family's favorite Christmas dinner. This one has a little sack, and I glued the bottom of the sack up to make a pocket. And it's a shallow pocket, but it holds a couple of journaling cards and this flash card that has a little gingerbread boy on it, so I included that. And then inside here is a little booklet of lined paper. Again, very good for listing or journaling. And on the back are two more pockets. This one has a little journaling tag. Oh, two journaling tags. And this one has a shipping tag with journaling space. Green ledger, and I believe there are several pages here, and they have tabs on them. So you have 1, 2, 3 pages of green ledger to write on. And this is the red striped bag that the American Greetings paperwork came in when I got the cards, and I love these bags, so I covered up the writing on the bags with these images. It says Making Spirits Bright, and this is a printable. This came out of a book, and this is just a Christmas doily. There's a paper clip holding this shut. Don't know if there's anything in there. Nope, that's where you can put your programs and Christmas cards and invitations and things. Here's a little Christmas card that I stitched together with scrapbook paper to make a pocket, and there's a tag here. I'll get that in later. An old piece of sheet music that says it came upon the midnight clear, and then another piece from that vintage scrapbook. Two little girls making paper chains and wearing their darling red and green dresses. And this, she had it cut out just like this, whoever the original scrapbooker was. This is printed on the image, but she cut around these little beautiful ornaments, and I thought that was really neat. So I just glued that on as a decoration. You could put a photo down here. This came from a magazine, or maybe from that vintage scrapbook. I think it came from the vintage scrapbook because it looks distressed up here. Room for journaling here. And then again, an envelope from that Colonial Williamsburg Christmas card, and a few pieces inside that you can use throughout your book. And that's the end. You can keep the envelopes in your book after you use the pieces and put your things in, or just tear the envelope out. Your choice. So I had taken these two books to the post office and had them weighed so that I would be able to hopefully get a more accurate shipping estimation for you on Etsy. So I'm hoping that works, and as always, if you are overcharged for shipping, I will refund the difference. If you're undercharged for shipping, well, that's not on you, that's on me. So come visit my shop. I will leave a link in the description, and I thank you very much for your attention in this video. Thank you.